Hey, thanks for tuning in. Today's video is a super important topic. It has a lot to do with your success and happiness in your life, so please turn up the volume, be ready to listen and learn, and I think the content I'll provide today will help you tremendously in the things that you're pursuing. So the topic of this video is managing your self-talk, and I would really like to start out with why you should manage your self-talk, and more importantly, how to manage your self-talk. So let's get into the why. So the human mind and the brain is a very incredible thing to know about, to study, and it's the thing that powers us, right? And as science and technology and studies continue, they continue to find out more about the brain. And years ago they thought, the way you were born, you were stuck. You couldn't change, and that was the mindset you had. That's the tools you were provided and the gifts and talents you were going to have for your life. Well, fast forward until today, and as they continue to study, scientists and neuroscientists and all these very, very smart folks have found out that your brain is very much like a muscle, and you can change it and mold it into the things that you want it to be, and you're not stuck, quote unquote, with the things that you were born, or feel like you have a disadvantage or may not have the tools to get to where you need to be. So again, the why. Check this out. I want to go first with the stats and then get to the how. So the average person has about 50,000 thoughts a day. That's average. Some days it might be a little less, some days it might be tremendously more. But 50,000 thoughts in a day is a lot of thoughts. And also 80% of those thoughts are negative. So 40,000 out of the 50 every single day are negative. And here's something else that is also mind-blowing. 95% of the thoughts that you think today, you thought them yesterday. And if you want to say creatures of habit, if you've ever heard that, that is exactly why. Because we like routine and we think on the same terms most of the time, every single day, unless we change something. And another point I want to make on the why, negative thoughts, it shouldn't necessarily worry you or get you uneasy that you're having negative thoughts. It's the way we're hardwired. That's why if you turn on the media, you scroll through social media, you see negative things. People focus on drama. They know that's what's going to get your attention and why you should watch and pay attention to what they're saying. You don't ever see somebody on the road, let me backpedal here. When you get in a wreck or somebody's on a wreck, you can see a lot of folks are rubbernecking, they're turning, they want to see what happened and they want all the details. You never see the media covering on the road, hey, this person was driving the exact speed limit. Their hands were positioned perfectly on the wheel. They were being super safe. They don't cover that kind of stuff because it's not negative and it's probably things you won't pay very much attention to. So the why is because you have so many thoughts a day and most of them are negative. So your mind is very much like a garden. If you don't plant good stuff in it, negative weeds will automatically take over, I promise you, because everyone that is fighting for your attention, think social media, your friends, family, the news, day-to-day interactions, most of that attention or people are fighting for your attention is not productive, it's not positive, and it's not things that are going to help you move forward. So if you don't guard this, your mindset, everything else you'll be reactive and it'll be taken over. So let's get into the how. I have 3 tips on how you can manage your self-talk and get to a more positive state of mind where your mind actually serves you and it's not debilitating you and talking down. So one of the biggest things that worked for me is managing your routine, and specifically 2 parts of your routine. What you do in the morning, so right when you wake up, what does that morning routine look like? Are you drinking some water, hydrating yourself, maybe reading or listening to something positive, putting on some good music, taking your supplements, eating a healthy breakfast? Or are you waking up and being reactive to scrolling through social media, automatically responding to negative emails, turning on the media, the newspaper, and letting that stuff poison your mind before you're able to wake up and set yourself up for success? And the second part of the routine is what you do right before bed. Now, are you, again, hydrating yourself, making sure you're good, your room is cool, and you're ready for bed, you have a comfortable setting to go to sleep? Or are you watching mindless TV or scrolling through social media and absorbing all this negative stuff right before you go to bed? That is also a very, very big part of having a successful routine. So I choose to read before I go to bed. Turn off the phone, it allows my mind to relax, I get ready for bed, I'm able to read and learn something that I care about, and then I drift off to sleep and sleep well through the night in order to get ready for the next morning. So manage your routine morning and night. Be very self-aware of this. A lot of times, again, if you remember at the top of the video, 95% of the thoughts we thought yesterday. So if you're not being self-aware and manually changing that routine, nothing's really going to change, and that path is going to continue. And that's okay if you're setting yourself up for success, but if you don't have a good routine in the morning and afternoon, it can really hinder you in your mindset throughout the day. And the next thing is put good stuff in your mind. I said just a few minutes ago, your mind is like a garden. If you don't put good stuff in, bad stuff will automatically take over. So again, be self-aware of this. Are you reading good books? Are you listening to good music? Are you hanging out with good people? Are you listening to audiobooks? A lot of us spend a lot of time in our vehicle, so you can get an Audible account and start listening to books or listening to things that will serve you and help your mindset grow, instead of listening to the same music or the same media or the same things that are poisoning your mind and not helping you excel in your life. And the third and final tip to manage your self-talk is manage what you're saying to yourself. Right? If you think every single day that, hey, I can never do that. I tried and I failed. It doesn't work. I'm not that person. They're just lucky. You have to be very self-aware of all those things you're saying, because if you say those things long enough, it becomes a habit and it doesn't serve you. So be aware when you have these thoughts, why are you saying that, and reflect on things that you can do differently, right? So you say, hey, I can do this. I've done this in the past. You can reflect on some of the successes that you've had and say, hey, I'm going to do this. Here's my plan. I feel prepared. I know I can make it happen. And guard the things that you're saying in your mind. So if you do that, manage your routine, put good stuff in, and watch what you're telling yourself, you will have a tremendous difference if you're not already doing these things. And I also encourage you to share this with someone that may need to hear the message. You know, sometimes, especially if we're in a downward spiral or things aren't going the way that we want them to go, we can put ourselves on an island and not ask for help, which that's probably the worst thing to do. However, it's kind of how we're conditioned and kind of want to cut off from everything, even though that's the time we should really be reaching out, looking for material, and asking for the help to get out of that rut and back on the up and up. So I really appreciate you watching this. This is something I'm incredibly passionate about, your mindset, how to tweak it, and how to get your mind to serve you instead of your mind trying to master you. So thanks for watching. Give it a share, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.